What's going on, guys? We're here at Audi North Miami checking out the all-new 2018 Audi RS5. And there's some big updates, some big changes compared to the old RS5. So the old RS5 had a naturally aspirated V8 engine. The new RS5 has a V6 Bi-Turbo. What is a Bi-Turbo? Well, a Bi-Turbo is basically you have two turbos. The first turbo is for the first 3 cylinders. The second turbo is for the last 3 cylinders. So a twin turbo is basically when you have one small turbo, which is built for low-end torque RPMs. That way you remove a lot of that turbo lag that we have with having one big turbo. So if you have one big turbo, you'll have issues. Now, with the Bi-Turbo, both turbos are the same size. So the turbo overall are gonna be looking to just improve power. New 2.6 liter V6 engine puts out 440 horsepower. The big upgrade over the last RS5 with the V8 is the torque. You're gonna have over 120 more pounds of torque with this engine. That's because of the Bi-Turbos. The 2 turbos are gonna give you a lot of torque. We're gonna test drive this baby. We're gonna see what it's all about. I've never driven this car. So the one difference for the RS5 compared to the S5 and the normal A5 is you're gonna have a little bit wider of a stance. The body is actually a little bit wider on the RS5. You can kind of see down the body line how these front fenders have a little bit more width. I love the front of this car. I'm not a fan of the back of the car, but I love the front of the car. The grille, the massive air scoops, very aggressive. This is the Nardo Gray. If you're a fan of Audi, you know all about the Nardo Gray. So this RS5 has the black optics package. So you're not gonna see any chrome on this thing. It's only gonna be black. The wheels themselves are gonna be 20-inch wheels that come with the black optics package. They're supposed to weigh like 23 pounds. They're forged aluminum. Look at that, I can put my fist in there. My fist goes in the tips. It's really hot, actually. That was stupid. The fairing wrapping around, actual exhaust. You got the classic LED Audi styling there that's gonna pop out when it turns on. You got what looks to be like you could have fog lights here in the front, coolers behind the air vent getting air to them. I can't tell if these vents are actually functional or not. All right, so we're inside the new 2018 RS5. Right off the bat, I can obviously tell, you know, with the upgraded seats, it's gonna feel a little bit more sporty, just the typical square bottom kind of race steering wheel. And overall, you know, it's very similar to like an S5 or even the A5 in terms of actual ergonomics of what's going on inside the actual cabin. So on the dash, you're gonna have this very like high-end LED looking cockpit display. Got my RPMs, my speed and all that. Gonna show the power and torque. Gonna show my boost. Got my navigation over there on the left. So just in drive mode right now, we'll kind of test it out, what it's like just in the normal drive mode. Basically gonna be just the easy to drive mode. It's what you're gonna get right out of the box without adjusting anything and just driving it for the first time. The steering wheel can adjust depending on how fast you're driving and then different modes. So when I'm in dynamic or if I'm in comfort mode, the suspension, stuff like that's gonna change. But right now, just driving it in the normal auto mode in just drive, very normal, decent car. I mean, it doesn't seem like, you know, a beast of a car. It doesn't seem like I'm driving an RS or really, you know, a sport car. But that's the one nice thing about the different settings. I can keep it tame, I can keep it simple, I can keep it easy to drive if I want to, but I can also turn it up. So let's go ahead and switch it into dynamic mode and then also switch it into sport mode with the transmission. See there, switching it down into dynamic. All right, so now we're in the sport mode, and obviously right there, I can already feel a difference. The suspension is gonna be a little tighter. The exhaust is gonna be a little louder. There's gonna be valves that are gonna control the exhaust. So you get that different exhaust note in dynamic. It's definitely, you can hear the burp, you can hear the classic downshifts. Overall, I mean, I'm not hating this cabin. I'm not hating it. There it is. There's the RS5 we came to drive. So in the dynamic mode, in the sport mode, this thing definitely goes. Like I said, you can feel the suspension, you can feel the car wanting to drive. You've also got the heads-up display on the, I guess, on the windshield there, so I can see my speed limit, I can see how fast I'm going. I mean, I'm just giving it a little bit of gas, and it is, it's purring, it's wanting to go here. I'm impressed. So definitely grabbing there, feeling it. This car is gonna have the variable transmission, so it's gonna put the torque where the torque is needed. I think a lot of the torque's gonna go to the back of the car actually, and I was reading that it sometimes can actually put 80% of the torque going to one of the back wheels if it needs to. So if it feels like it needs to put that power to that back rear tire, it's gonna put the torque where it needs to go. So right there, just a little, oh, that's fun. That's nice. I do love it. I do like it. I'm about it. In terms of steering, in terms of just drivability, definitely feels tight, feels good. I don't feel like I'm gonna lose control. Obviously, I'm driving one-handed here, holding a GoPro, so in general, it does feel good. It likes to go. So all the things that I'm looking for, it's doing it. And that's what we should expect with the RS5. Losing that naturally aspirated V8 and now having the bi-turbo, a lot of people are gonna be up in arms. I'm not hating the sound of this turbo, of this V6. I think Audi did a good job of protecting that sound, giving it the sporty sound, giving it the car enthusiast sound here. Let's give it one more little purr here. So just from a stop. And there's 60. So she goes. That wasn't using launch control, but definitely has power. Even going from the middle there, 40, just picking up and going. I mean, that was literally 25% of the gas, and it went exactly where we wanted to go. And like I said, the steering wheel feels good. Car, it's not like it's really rolling all over the place. In terms of what's going on in the cockpit, I can put everything I need to do. I got my heads-up display there. I got my information on the console, and I got my MMI display with all my media and everything I need to get. There's actually a USB port, which is massive for Audi. I don't know if you guys know, but Audi does not like to put USB ports in cars for some reason, and there is a USB port in the RS5. But overall, it's a fun car to drive. You're gonna have the markers on the side and let you know when people are next to you. That's pretty normal for this type of car. Overall, oh, that's good. I love that little burp, a little fart burp. When I'm driving, when I'm just sitting here talking, I can't hear the exhaust. Audi always does a really good job of insulating the interior so you're not hearing all what's going on. I don't really hear the other cars driving around. Obviously I hear a little bit of my exhaust, but overall I'm sure the exhaust sounds much louder outside than it does inside the car. So everybody can see me coming, but at least I'm not gonna be annoyed by the stupid exhaust when I'm driving for a couple hours or, getting around town. There it is, driving the RS5. Not bad. It's not a bad car. So the one big thing, with the RS5 compared to an R8 is you're gonna have the back seats. So if you do have small children, if you have small girlfriends, maybe they can sit in the back seat. I'm definitely not gonna put any of my friends back there, but overall, you could put people back there if you wanted to. With the R8, you definitely can't put anyone in the back seats because there is no back seats. And you have a trunk. You got a trunk, which is another big benefit. So you're getting the power, the sports performance of a sports car with a back seat, with a trunk, supercar / family car, but not all of those things at once. It's really kind of hitting all the bases and giving you the performance, giving you the luxury, giving you the styling. You might be a soccer dad who picks up his kids, takes them off to school, drops them off, but you can also be the cool guy who pulls up the country club. You can be the guy driving down the road who also looks cool with his golf clubs in the back seat. I like this whole movement from the V8s. Obviously, people are gonna be hating it. In time, there'll be more power. We'll get more efficiency out of using different turbos and different types of setups, with the whole new hybrid thing. Who knows what's gonna happen? But right now, it looks like the bi-turbo is here to stay, and the bi-turbo is putting out real power. So I'm impressed, and it was a fun drive. Big thanks to the guys at Audi North Miami here for letting me take it for a drive and try out the RS5 today.